There were Shetland Islanders, and my best mate down there at the time, Grant McAllister, his parents came from the Shetland Islands. Our Scottish side came from, I hear, the Orkneys and Caithness. And of course, Scottish have always been involved with fishing. In fact, they introduced it to New Zealand, and they were the forerunners of everything that happened down here. And it was a Scots trawler that came out here, an ex-minesweeper that my grandfather got involved with that started him off. So the Italians and the Scottish folk consorted because of that background. They just naturally got on. It was in their blood. They're both fishing folks. You know, we spent most of our time on the harbour front, down at the port beach, or down at the. I mean, that's what we did. I mean, we'd swim, and we'd go out in punts and dinghies, and we'd hang out there around the wharves all the time. Of course, it wasn't forbidden to go to the wharf then. You could just walk straight on. We all played sports. We all loved sports, and I think a guy that became a great friend of mine years and years later. Our biggest thrill was when Harry Marriott, the top rugby player, came down and coached our first 15, the Port School, and later on we became great mates. But no, we used to pick up sides every night down on the beachfront, and we played for our own Ranfurly Shield, and yeah, it was marvellous. Yeah, no, sport was probably the biggest part of it. You know, I don't think you'd go a day in the winter without someone bringing the rugby ball over and us picking up teams, and we played till it got dark, basically played. And what was annoying was parents would ring, would yell from one end of the road and say, "Come home for tea," and of course it could be a crucial kick coming up or something, and some kids would take off and leave you short-handed. Yeah, it was good. But I was born in Guy Fawkes 46. Yeah. So that was always special to me. It was my auntie's birthday too. And for a long time, of course, Guy Fawkes was a huge thing, and it was focused on Port Ahuriri. So we built huge bonfires. We'd go to the wool stores and they'd give us all their junk and tyres and rubble, and it was a competition really to see who had the biggest fire. And we put them all along the beachfront, and I always thought it was for me. Yeah, I thought, then we'd go home for a party, and I thought, well, geez, I'm a lucky guy. This is good, I get a special party. We'd get a guy doled up, and we'd push it into the pubs, and they'd give you, sarsaparilla or something, whatever. They'd give you an orange drink or something, and a penny for the guy. Yeah, we were very involved with that, and it was a big ceremony, and it was always like, when are we going to light our fire? And they'd look next door, and theirs was gone up in smoke, and no, we've got to wait, and then the guy would go up on top. So it was a big event, yeah, and there were fireworks all along the parade. It was a marvellous big event. They were feisty's the wrong word, but they all knew who they were, and they knew what they wanted, and there was a single-mindedness about them, and not so much that they were dominant characters, but you know, this was before the age of the talk about equality and women's rights. Everybody, it was fair square across the board.